call our meeting to order at 9:03 a.m. and ask Councilman Brown to pray for us.
Good morning, all many people. Thank you for that, Tori. Thank you for allowing me to speak to Creator God, Heavenly Father, Creator and Savior, my God, my honor. Thank you for gathering us here today. Thank you for allowing us to be here today. Thank you for the prayers and blessings that you give and your answer for us all. Lord, I ask that you give us good guidance today, love and courage and understanding. Let's walk on the earth in a good way. Give us good directions today. Reach out and help our friends and our relatives in all the directions, however, whatever they need. Help them with your helping hands, your healing hands. Be with us throughout this day. Look forward to tomorrow given by you and only you. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Coley. We have a couple additions to the agenda under new business 5C. We have advertised for one board vacancy at Little Priest Tribal College. Under tribal council items, we have number 2, Winnebago entertainment contract, and number 3, just that, number 2. Are there any further additions to the agenda?
Was you gonna not have the exec?
Oh, yeah, and we're gonna just table that at the end. So we
Yes.
could just strike it now, or we could table it
Yeah,
at the end.
can strike it now.
Strike it, okay. And we'll strike the executive session. They're gonna come next week at law enforcement meeting.
Okay, I was gonna add some to executive session, but I briefly, it was about that email traffic Friday, about the,
Oh, yeah.
we wanna,
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's on here. Isn't it on? Oh, no, it's not on. Okay, so number 3. So I have that as number 3 under tribal council items. Did you want executive session for that?
no,
Okay.
not if it's on there. That's fine,
What is
We
it?
just
Number
need to
3?
approve it. Yeah, number 3, the payroll advance for those that have already received one in the 4th quarter.
oh,
Is that what you meant?
Yeah, that payroll, and then,
Yeah.
no, with the homeless shelter and that.
Oh, that lady. Oh, yeah. We could talk about it. Okay. I'll just share it because LaDonna called me so I could tell you what it,
Did she call you too?
yeah.
Okay, she called me, okay, all right.
I said, LaDonna, it's hard to get something done at 4 o'clock on a Friday, like.
Yeah, she called this morning too.
Okay, so all right, I'll put it on here. So, AE we'll discuss that. Or E? Yeah, okay. In executive session, and then the original VR will be moved to the law enforcement meeting. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Coley, we have a second by Rona. Discussion? Objection? Motion carried 5-0-0. Going into the minutes, we have the July 7th, 2025 regular tribal council meeting minutes. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
Move to approve, Madam Chair.
Motion by Kenny, do we have a second? Second by Rona. Discussion? Objection? Motion carried 5-0-0. July 7th, 2025 rescheduled mid-monthly council meeting minutes. Do we have a motion to approve? Motion by Rona, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Coley. Discussion? Objection? Motion carried 5-0-0. July 8th, 2025 Winnebago Housing Development Commission quarterly update. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
Madam Chair.
Motion by Kenny. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Coley. Discussion? Objection? Motion carried 5-0-0. July 10th, 2025 Winnebago Comprehensive Healthcare System 12 Clans Unity Hospital quarterly update. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
Move, Madam Chair.
Motion by Kenny. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Coley. Discussion? Objection? Motion carried 6-4, 5-0-0. July 14th, 2025 Physical Resource Report. Do we have a motion for those minutes?
Move, Madam Chair.
Motion by Kenny. Do we have a second? second by Rona. Discussion. Objection. Motion carried 500. July 15th, 2025 CEO report meeting minutes. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
Move it, Madam Chair.
Motion by Kenny. Do I have a second? Second by Rona. Discussion. Objection. Motion carried 500. And lastly, the July 16th, 2025 General Council meeting minutes. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Coley. Do we have a second? Second by Rona. Discussion. Objection. Motion carried 500. We have no 5 signature ratifications, so we're moving into new business. We have the FY 2025 grants for coordination of tribal temporary assistance for needy families and child welfare services to tribal families at risk of child abuse and neglect. We have Brittany here from planning. Hi, Brittany. Thanks for being here. Our next resolution number is 25-200. Are there any comments you want to make about this resolution?
Just their 5-year grant that we apply for every 5 years. Supports 2 staffs, travel, fringe, contracts, and office, just general grants.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to adopt resolution 25-200? Motion by Teresa. Discussion. Oh, excuse me, second. We have a second by Rona. Sorry about that. Discussion. Objection. Motion carried 500. Region 7 E number 3. Region 7. So all set, Brittany. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Brett.
Number 7, Region 7 EP.
What about CE?
Oh, geez, I'm just trying to get out of here. Number 2, CE. Sorry about that. We have a project. Sorry, Charlie. Geez, just trying to get to powwow.
Is there a follow-up today?
Just trying to get to my stakes. Yeah.
I know it's powwow week, everybody.
So we go nuts.
Well, Heidi Pee Wee Council, it's good to see you all this morning. I kind of wanted to come and give a little update on the Parks project and kind of see where we're at. So right now we've been holding off for around 3 weeks on pouring sidewalk on our construction. So our construction has been a little bit delayed, but the Kelly Pond is expected to be done in August. Thunderway, expected to be done in August, the BIA shortly after, and then the Ho Chunk Village to come after. And so right now we have you'll notice within phase 1, that includes the playground structure, shelter, Ho Chunk panels for 2 sites, architecture, and landscaping. So that is where our grant dollars had went to, and the community development fund matching. So that was the $1 million. And then we got $250,000 in kind work from the Tribal Roads Department, Construction Management, Tribal Roads, and then Ho Chunk Inc. So that covered phase 1, and that puts us through August. So right now I've been working on phase 2, which you'll note everything below, which includes table seating, community recreation, landscaping, waste and management. And it's basically just that like post-construction occupancy plan. So the 3rd page is kind of what I want to bring your attention to today. So right now I need like roughly $50,000 to continue out everything for picnic tables, benches, porch swing grills, safety signage, trash recycling, trees, pollinator garden, like welcome sign, basically just adding all the amenities that make the space whole and complete. So what I'm coming to ask of today is if I could do fundraising and seeking for donations for that $50,000, but more directly to tribal programs. I have drafted up like sponsorship request letters, and maybe from like wildlife and parks, being able to work with them on doing like the safety signage. So like basically like the park is closed like at nighttime, and we need to work with like legal to kind of develop that. So that's one of the things. Just if I could request to environmental protection for trash and recycling bins. The pollinator garden, with the labor is what I would request. So I was kind of wanting to get a better idea on how to go about like the post construction and like care of the park. Like they're gonna require like a weekly like a weekly checkup, and then which team like from the tribe would I be like directing or coordinating this work with. So that's kind of where I'm at and where I need to go. So this table kind of lays out what I'm seeking for fundraising from outside sources versus internal.
And I just like to bring you guys back to the historical piece when this grant first landed within our laps. Joy Johnson at the time was at the head of the planning department. And Charlie had begun putting her thought of these parks into the community. I know she met with some department heads. So this MOU is between the Winnebago tribe and Ho-Chunk Inc. It does have things in here that the tribe will do, and then it lists out the things that Ho-Chunk Inc. will do. And when they say Ho-Chunk Inc., it's, Charlie and I. We're the project managers on this, and Charlie's really been taking the lead with the design and the communication with the parks people and the tribe, and just keeping everybody up to speed, even with Leo Daly. So I just wanted to add that piece of history to what Charlie's speaking about.
I just want to add something. My great grandson, when he saw them constructing the one by Thunder Way, he was looking at it, and we was driving by, and he said, Chi-Chi, we got little kids that are going to be out there, and no parents are going to be there because they'll come out there on their own. And he said, what if somebody drives by and steals one of them? So we should have one of those cameras up there. Then he said, and what if one of them little kids rolls down that hill and goes into the pond? So we should have a fence there by the pond. And I said, I'll bring that up. Thank you. But he's like his great grandpa, the way he thinks, Theodore. So he brought that up. So he even asked me a couple days ago, did you bring that up about the playground, having a camera there so someone don't steal one of our little kids? And I said, I will, I'll bring it up. So I thought
that's a
maybe
great point.
you could ask IT if they have one, because we had that whole project, getting those surveillance cameras, see if IT could put one up on all 3 playgrounds.
Okay.
And then what about that fence? Because there's the ponds right there. It's on this hill. And if a little kid rolls down that hill, falls and rolls, they'll roll right into the pond. So we should have a fence there. And I don't know how we do that. We got to add
Those
the
are all,
cost.
yep, those are all great ideas, and those are all things that are implemented into the phase 2 and phase 3 of our parks projects. But again, all these things cost money, you know what I mean? So we as project managers want to do our own and the tribe's due diligence to work with the tribe and ensure that we're hitting all the things you guys would like within these parks, and just working together. to
Yeah, and
complete
I
'em.
think another thing to add to that, and just like seeking like community feedback and all the different engagements, is like I think community safety is like another. I mean, it's related to this, but it's like another issue that we need to address. And like if there was a overall committee or like a group of people that could come together and like really create a safe community. And we know that kids are going to be walking to and from their house to the playgrounds, and it's really dangerous. We have the two major highways in the community, so we need some crosswalks. Like we just kind of need to put all of our minds together and come up with a really good plan for our kids, because they're going to be walking, and we need to identify safe routes for them and to make them feel safe in these spaces as well.
On Saturday, I was coming from town. Oh no, I was going to town. And that porta potty that's sitting on the side of the playground there, on going towards, it was laying in the middle of the street.
Oh wow.
So I called the police department because it was starting to get evening, and I was worried about a car coming down that hill and hitting that.
Yeah.
And so I noticed the next Sunday morning, it was back up again. So they must have went
Yeah.
over there and lifted it back up. It didn't look good.
Thank you for reporting that.
Thanks, Charlie, for that overview. Did the parks apply for the community development fund?
Yes, we have $250,000 in matching funds from them.
So would you be able to reapply in the next fiscal year?
Yes, probably. And I think with the way that the rules are set up, it says we could get up to like 50%. And right now we've fundraised like $1 million additionally. So I think, yeah, there's room to put in more money for application. But I think it could apply to some of those larger like expenses.
Okay. Because the thing is, well, it's good timing. We're at the budgeting process, and we'd have to work with the CEO so that folks put this in their budget, because we don't budget for Ho Chunk Inc.'s projects. And so we need to respectfully
Yeah, this
have
isn't a Ho Chunking project.
those, well, you guys work at Ho Chunk Inc.
You're doing it. It's the MOU.
So if we work with Darla, we can have, and the MOU signed.
Yep.
So then the MOU Darla can direct those departments to put that in their budget, or if they're gonna like be the cleanup crew for the park, or if they're gonna mow for the park, then they should all put that in their budget now. We face this year, every year at Powwow time, it's like, who pays for the mowing? Like, I don't know, you guys, we've been doing it this whole time, somebody pays for it. So we just need people to like take responsibility and know that's their responsibility, and Darla can help us with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we work at Ho Chunking, but that is ultimately the tribe's project. It was awarded to the tribe. Joy just assigned us as project managers that work through Ho Chunking, because Charlie was ultimately the head of the project and introduced it to the community. So that, you guys, we can make a copy or we can send it to you, but that ultimately lays out everything within
should all get a
the
copy.
MOU.
So, Darla, if you could chime in, or how you're gonna facilitate this work to the departments?
We've also had communications to begin MOUs with the Winnebago Wildlife and Parks and the construction team to continue the maintenance of the two tribal parks. There are 3 parks. One is in Ho Chunk Village, and the Ho Chunk maintenance team did agree to pick up the maintenance and continue on with that park. But we don't want to leave the other 2 parks without the same due diligence. So that's why we're here today.
What's the other thing? The only comment I got was, how come the park in the Ho Chunk Village is the biggest when they have 2? That was the only comment I got, but
Well, if you look down in the break, it's breaking down evenly between 30% of within each playgrounds. And I think within like the space, whatever we are designing them, really it's with the neighborhood. It's like with roughly like 50 to 100 kids per playground. And with the apartment units, I think that's kind of why that structure was ended up bigger. And people have been saying that to me too, like, why is there 3 parks on like the same street too? So I understand, that, but trying to make sure that everything has been evenly, distributed, and making sure that all the spaces are really great for everybody in our whole community is really the ultimate goal.
And the demographics within where each park is located and the space, and we worked with land management to identify spacing, so we worked with what we could.
thank you. So is there any action today?
Well, I didn't know if it required a motion to seek the like donations outside and internal, because I think that's kind of where I've been stuck, not really knowing
The motion is to solicit from Winnebago. That's the motion that I'm aware of. Because through Darla, you can get them to put that in their budget.
Okay,
It wouldn't be soliciting if there's already a MOU.
okay,
So like, you don't have to ask for it because you already have an MOU.
okay.
We just
Yeah,
need
and,
Darla to say, you guys are going to do this, and you need to make room in your budget to do it.
okay, and then like because one of the things I wanted to seek outside donations was like for like any trees. So like sending sponsorship letters to local businesses, is that acceptable as well?
Like to
We can make a
Lowe's or
motion.
Menards,
We can make a motion
Yeah, just
or local.
to approve. I'll make a motion to approve your request for seeking outside
Donation.
donations.
okay.
We have a motion by Lorelei. Do we have a second? Second by Teresa. Discussion.
One question, who does the accounting for this project?
So we do internal budgeting, and then we work with Billy and construction management to see
Okay,
our overall budget. And
so the tribe is doing the accounting for
Yep.
this? Okay, just wanted to know
Yeah.
that, make sure.
Yeah, we have we meet with them pretty regularly to ensure we're all on the same page and
Okay.
everything's moving along.
Thank you.
Comment. Whatever letters you're sending out, did you send letters to the Winnebago Housing Development Commission, to our tribal housing the BIA, that neighborhood out there, the neighborhoods, kids who live in those houses, BIA, tribal housing, one-bay housing, and HCI, has HCI donated anything? Because that supports the kids. So I would write letters to those 4 entities too. I would recommend that. See what they can come up with, if they have any funds to help.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Coley. Any further discussion? Objection. Motion carried 600.
Thank you, Charlie, for your energy. You've been working on this for many years.
Excited to.
You want to keep that
Thank you
copy
so much.
of the MOU?
No. Okay,
But if you need a
region,
copy, we can email.
okay.
Are you guys gonna give us a copy?
We'll email you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Region 7 EPA reissue the NPDES permit, Bruins Feedlot LLC CW Section 401 certification. So I received this in my email and I forwarded it on to the tribal council for consideration. Or if you'd like to review it, send it to general council if you'd like it on the fiscal resources report, but I just put it on here for your awareness, and there's a timeline in that the tribe has to respond by. Let's see. The EPA may not issue the permit to conduct activity may result in discharge water into the waterways of the Winnebago tribe until the tribe has granted certification under the CWA Section 401 or it has waived its right to certify. So those are the two things that we're being asked to do, is grant certification or waive its right to certify. I'm not familiar with this process, so kind of just putting it out there for us to start. How do we?
have, our EPD look at this?
Yeah, I had him on the email, but we could give them more time to look at it.
Let's table this and ask our EPD to look at this, because I want to know about that discharge.
Okay.
I don't want no feedlot contaminating our water resources.
So do you want this tabled to the
To the EPD department.
PR
Comment.
meeting?
Yeah.
When do you
I'll
want
make
to
a
take
motion.
action? Okay. We have a motion by Lorelei to table this until they can respond or till the PR meeting
They can respond to the council.
for EPD review.
And respond to the council, what they recommend here.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Coley. Discussion.
Discussion. Where's the feedlot gonna be?
It's already exists. It just is like an annual thing. Let's see. It's
Where is this feedlot?
it's the.
I think air quality should be involved too.
It's the Bruins Feedlot LLC, 1172 I Avenue, Pender, Nebraska. And so it's about the waste discharge. So we got a motion to table and we have a second. Any further discussion? Objection. Motion carried 600. Moving into number 4, it's request travel approval for enrollment roundtable. There's some information that was passed out separately. I want to thank the enrollment committee for continuing to build capacity. Do we have a motion to approve? Looks like this one.
Is this travel already in their budget?
No, it's in our, we have to pay for it because they're not employees. This is a committee and that's why it's here.
Okay. Do we have donation money still?
We have money to pay.
Okay.
And there's only one person in here that's going, it's ours, two
Okay.
people.
I make a motion to approve out of the travel council.
We have,
Travel.
we have a motion by Lorelei. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Teresa. Discussion. Objection. Motion carried 600. Thank you, council. Moving into Little Priest Tribal College, we have the revision of the bylaws. Council, those were emailed to Teresa, after the packet was made, so apologize for that not being in here. But also want to thank Teresa for being on it. So do we have a motion to table these so that you can review them? And they will be copied. They were forwarded to your email this morning. But we can get you a hard copy.
Friday.
Oh, excuse me, Friday. Are you ready to approve, or do you want a motion to table?
Motion to table.
We have a motion by Lorelei to table those. Do we have a second? Second by Rona. Discussion. Objection. Motion carried 600. We also have the transfer, the next item under Little Priest B is transfer a museum building to the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska. We do have our board chair here. Amy, did you want to make any comments?
It's a building only belong to.
Little Creek.
The transfer you want to make
To the tribe.
to the tribe.
Yeah, from Little Priest to the tribe. Right now, the only business in there is the museum. So it kind of explains
Okay.
why.
I'll read it.
I have one question. Did we meet with the tribe on the transfer?
I didn't.
So I think we should refer this to Darla before we approve it,
Okay.
because, well, I guess I don't know the merits of receiving it. I don't know if we're receiving like a horrible building that's going to cost us $5 million to fix, or the moisture issues.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just want to make sure that we know what we're receiving, and that Darla does a once over on this.
Okay.
That's my recommendation, council. What do you want to do? Did you look at this?
Yeah, and at least you should have Ron Nor look at the quality of it too.
Darla, do you want to chime in? I'm just keep assigning you things.
Yeah, I can look into it, do a little digging and research on the building. I didn't get to see the documentation of why they're giving it to the tribe. I think that was donated to the college when I was working up there, because I think we put some of the logs in when they first started that building.
Oh,
A donation to the college, not to the tribe.
looking at the document, I'll just read the reasons for the donation. So thank you to Amy for drafting this. The reasons for the donations are: the ThunderClan building currently houses the Angel Decor Museum and Research Center exclusively. LPTC no longer has offices located in the building and no plans to use the space. In 2020, the IT department offices were relocated from the basement of the ThunderClan building to the newly constructed Fishville Clan building. The Student Support Services and Student Lounge moved to the Louis LaRose Memorial Building this spring. The museum director spoke with Mark Vicina this week about his plans to expand the museum into the space formerly occupied by Little Priest as soon as Little Priest removes the remaining furniture and items in storage. The tribe has for several years paid the property insurance on the building. Well, thank you for those good reasons. So I would like to, well, council, you want to chime in? What do you want to do?
I guess my only comment is when there's a comment on the shape of that building and the age of it and fixing it. I think it's time through a motion, resolution, or it's just absolutely mandatory that we keep that funding in that program for improvements and renovations. What's it called? Capital, because how many times have we gone through this with, our programs and our buildings that need upkeep, and the money's not there to do it. So it's time to do that. Make sure these programs keep that money. It's mandatory. You need 20 signatures to take that money out, something like that. So we don't have these problems and quit building with the cheapest bid anymore. So
Thanks for weighing in. Is there a motion to table this till the CEO can review?
Make the motion.
A motion by Lorelei. Did you want to second that, Teresa?
Yes.
Second by Teresa to table this for CEO review.
Also, adding this, is we got a new tipple now. And I'm excited about it. Roland Warner is our new tipple. I'm excited about that.
How come you're excited about it?
Because he's, gonna oversee, artifacts and things for our tribe, and he knows the way that it should be done. And he's gonna get a advisory body from the different clans to help guide the work. I'm excited about that too.
Thank you, Laura. Any further discussion? Objection? Motion carried 600. We also have one, moving into item C, we have to advertise for one board vacancy. Any comments on that, Amy?
How many applicants are there?
It just says we have one vacancy, so we would advertise for that?
Oh, yes.
And then at the next
yes.
deal, okay.
Yeah, because your term ended
March.
in March.
Do we have a motion to advertise for one vacancy?
Yes, he still serves.
Yeah, he serves till.
Yeah. Okay, motion to advertise. I
made the motion. Do you want to second that? Motion by Teresa, do we have a second by Rona? Discussion? Objection? Motion carried. You in on that vote, Isaac?
Yeah.
600. Okay, thank you, Amy. Moving
Thank
into,
you.
moving into old business, we have the human services action items. Council, thank you for receiving the social services program policy and the Winnebago CFS policies and procedure manual. Those were copied for you and were on the desk. And so we have Ms. Skoo here. Thank you, Ms. Skoo, for being here. And we have Kumi here. We need some more time
Yeah,
because we're just so thorough. And I myself have made it through the second document. And I want to apologize to the council for those copies sitting on a desk. So that's my fault.
there's just one that we want, if we need, by motion, insert it. But to utilize our human services and all its programs, you have to have lived here for 6 months, not 20 days. Because everything within the tribe is 6 months. And I don't like that people from elsewhere are coming and using our resources that are funded to our people. So they have to have lived here for 6 months, in my opinion. Am I the only one?
No, I think that we need to work on that time frame too.
That's something I could ask, Ida, she's our federal rep, because in the 477 plan where we get all that funding from, it lists all federally recognized tribes. So that would be something that we would have to address with them, and it might limit our funding if we try and
So
bring it down just to the Winnebago tribe.
could you talk to them about creating like a and others or something? Because we're only getting funding for people in Woodbury, Dakota, and Thurston. And so if these folks come from Oklahoma and are neighbors with Chad Smith, no, just kidding, should I call him? Then, you shouldn't receive services here right away or
Yeah,
something.
if they're just coming to only do it for 20 days because they know they can receive it.
Or they're just hanging out, yeah.
Yeah,
Why don't the IHS fund them what their needs are? They brought them here.
I have to meet with her today, so I could ask for that, if there's any way we could extend the 20 days, because I'm pretty sure is that a them thing? A federal guideline? The 20 days, or is that something we?
Well, I feel like I'm really glad that we got the laser fiche because it's going to give us some data, and we're about ready to get that implemented. And but just from going off the last 3 years, what I've seen, I felt like the 20 days was a hindrance to tribal members here in the community, and I was hoping to, and fought with the caseworkers several times to try to implement services sooner rather than later. And so I really want to see data, and the data that I can see right now isn't, it's an assumption. And so, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that the 6-month thing is not going to do anything but affect tribal members negatively. Because when they come to us and they're homeless, it's really hard to determine the residency. And all we have right now is that third-party signature that requires them to be here for 20 days. So I guess the question that you had was in the IHS, what you're talking about with IHS is DDU residents. Yeah, we don't, our plan's very, very broad, but we don't service DDU residents because they're getting all their basic needs met, food, clothing, and shelter. And we had that question come up, and we ran it all the way to the Fed, and that's what we were told. And then what's funny is like a week later, there was an effect to a tribal member in the same situation. And there was an email that was going around about how, we should try to help them in any way that we could. So, and we can. The 477 gives you a lot of flexibility. And so, but I think when we went through the process of redoing our 477 plan last year, I was trying to put like better parameters in it because of questions like what you have. And we were constantly told, no, keep it broad, keep it flexible for the benefit of the tribe. So that's kind of where we're at with even when we develop our policies and procedures, we don't want to limit ourselves on how we can help people. And if we're saying that somebody has to wait 6 months to get help from us, that's.
No, I was just referring to the DDU.
Oh yeah, we don't help people in DDU. There was a time when we interpreted our plan as being such that we could help people in residential care facilities, and we can. But we also have to understand that people in those facilities get food, clothing, and shelter and hygiene items. They're in the facility.
So they can't come over here and want to get anything.
No.
Oh, that's
But on the other side of it,
no, I didn't make a motion.
there's non-financial services, and we have assisted DDU residents and people in the care of the alcohol program in getting their GED, and those are called non-financial services. And we've done that for 2 young people that were there, external from our tribe, that left the DDU and left the system sober and with a GED. So we still provide services in that aspect. And I think we bought him a cake and celebrated that he did that with the dollars that we have. So yeah, we don't like buy the hygiene stuff though and give them the monthly stipend or whatever. Yeah.
So thanks for being responsive to that. I'll have to find out some more information too, because it was a tribal member that said so-and-so over here tells them to go over there and sign up for everything they can get. And I want to make sure that that the table's receiving the right dialogue, because it's tribal members over there that don't like their tribe being taken advantage of. But-
I'd like to add to that really quick too. We can't address any of those questions or concerns without having these passed. So a lot of the policies and stuff that are in there help keep that, straight, and it helps keep guidelines on there on, like steps on to take so that we aren't taken advantage of. So the sooner we get our policies and procedures in place, the better we could serve our people and, make sure we aren't being taken advantage of.
Okay, thanks. So is there a motion to table the social service program policies procedures and the Winnebago CFS policies and procedures? I think we should have a special meeting, because then that puts the burden on the council to, this is when we're doing it.
Yeah.
But it's really busy at this time of year, so I really want to squeeze in a special meeting, because it'll just keep being like this because we have so many other things, on this agenda. Would you guys be open to that, or how do you?
Make a motion to table it till we can have a special meeting
Yeah.
with Human Services.
I think it'll be a long, like probably 2 hours at least. Okay. We have a motion by Lorelei to table this for a special meeting. Do we have a second?
Second
Second by Coley. Discussion.
discussion. I just want to say thanks, Ms. Cooley, for all that you do. You seem to almost hear all of our problems that we hear down here. The calls we get, and we ask you your program to help us and fix it and do a lot. So thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks, Coley. Appreciate that.
Any further discussion?
You too, Cool.
Objection to the motion? Motion carried 700. Moving into the new position request. Do we have a motion to approve the social services casework and update to the org chart? Any comments on that before we?
No, just, we already discussed it last week, so we were just missing the wage and grade, which is included.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve that position and org chart? Motion by Teresa, do we have a second? Second by Rona, discussion.
Move her up to the blue one. Next one.
Objection? Motion carried 700. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And moving into tribal council items, we have a request that was in the addition that you received. It's in this portion.
Do we have that?
Yep, the front of it looks like this, and it's a few pages back on the request for the horseshoe tournament.
That was my call, and I know Jason Bird called me and asked me if possibly we could help with anything for their prize money for the horseshoe tournament they're having out to the Land of Wellness.
Thanks, Coley.
It's worth a shot. So.
So it looks like they're requesting assistance with prize money in the amount of $500. First place would be $250, second place $125, third place $75, fourth place $50. Buy-in money will be split into 4 places. So I just want to make a comment about this. I know that there's a policy, I know that we require match, but I know all those things. But on the other side of things, I think that our men need something to do. You know, there's no drugs and alcohol at the Land of Wellness, so that's really nice that the men would have something to do. But that's my comment to kind of the devil's advocate is it's coming in the week of powwow, but geez, our men need something to do. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I would move that, Madam Chair.
And would
Do
it
you
come
think
out?
that's gonna go on during the powwow?
Yeah.
26th, Saturday.
You know, Cole Pearson's gonna win it, so.
Anyway, so I just want to say that out of respect for our treasurer, she presented a policy, this table passed it, but these kind of things come up, and I just want to like say good things about, you know, both things here. Cool. I mean, did you make a motion, Kenny?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Kenny made a motion. Do we have a second?
It's gonna come out of where?
Of a tribal council.
Donations?
It's $500, yeah.
I'll second it.
We have a second by Lorelei. Discussion.
Discussion. I think it would be more pertinent if Jason himself came to the council. So we can play 100 questions with him. So food for thought for next year. And being this close to powwow, our finance is kind of in a crazy bind right now anyway. And so I think we're gonna have to keep an eye on that, nip it in the butt next year. You know, maybe 15, 30 days, something like that. A little bit more reaction time. But just food for thought down the road, that's all we've got. Thank you.
Thanks for saying that, Eric. We're always trying to balance the policy with the way things go. So thanks for saying that. Any further discussion? Objection? Motion carried 700. Coley, could you have Jason follow up with Annabeth right away so we can get those vouchers in by tomorrow? Because the tribe's closing on Thursday at noon, and so all checks requests need to be in by the deadline.
Okay.
Okay. Moving into number 2 is the Winnebago entertainment contract that is an addition that was handed out to you. And so asking for a motion to approve the entertainment contract as presented. We're not saying the artist's name to keep the suspense live and not ruin the promotion. So we have a request from Tom Teasdale.
Make a motion to move it.
We have a motion by Eric. Teresa's gonna second that. Discussion? Objection? Motion carried 700.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
how will we do this? The next item, he wants to talk with us. Where are we gonna schedule it?
He wasn't available today, so we can schedule that whenever he can visit with
Okay.
us, even next Tuesday at the law enforcement meeting at the end,
Okay.
if that works for him.
All right,
That's next time we
as
call.
long as whatever the issue is, yeah. Okay,
The next thing we had is an added item. We had Councilman Brown email us on this weekend sometime about payroll advance for tribal employees. So the policy states that tribal employees can get a payroll advance 1 time per quarter and during an off-pay period. So we're on an off-pay period, an off-pay week, so people would be eligible. But folks that already got one since July 1, because we're in the 4th quarter, the motion is asking that those folks be eligible because they'd be getting one, like if they already did one this quarter. That's the request, right, Coley?
I think we've been doing it every year anyway.
I
We,
think, yeah, I think Jasmine had talked about it, and said, you know, for the next few years, payday is gonna be payroll, because so we should just kind of make it standard. And just so that they would be able to file notice earlier than 2 days. You know, so, I looked up the emails from last year and compared to seeing Cheryl and Tara's, email conversations this morning, they're preparing for it. So, I think would be in a handbook policy or what, but anybody who receives this one shouldn't affect their 4th quarter. You know what I mean? So if you
We're-
received one, you're still eligible. If you received this one, you're still eligible. It won't be there. You know what I mean?
no, but,
No.
no, but, I just want people to be able to do
I
it.
see what you mean.
Yeah.
If you didn't get one this quarter.
Yeah.
And you get this, you put in for this, you can still get one this quarter.
Cool,
That's what she's saying.
cool. So it's like or if you already got one, then you could still get one. So
You
it's,
still get this one.
Yeah.
okay, got you. You're confusing me.
And we got.
Yeah.
Would it make,
This week in finance to do that?
Cheryl's working on it. That's what I said this morning, Cheryl and Cheryl were working on making sure all the employees' files are set to go.
Cause I remember, that, Jasmine already gave our payroll guys vacation and stuff.
Let's see.
one thing that I was thinking of, if they do a payroll deduction, they pay it back on payday, and they don't have nothing to pay back on the next one, that it would be zeroed out that they could get another one, as
So,
long as they pay it back.
You're only eligible to up to half of what, the top amount is $500, and based on what you make, you get to call on that much. So if you don't make that much, you can't get that much. Previous to 2020, the pandemic, you would put in for one by Tuesday at noon, and you'd get a paper check. Well, then after the pandemic, they started doing ACH, which was even better for everybody because then you don't have to worry about getting a paper check. So in the event that they can't run it through ACH, which I think they could because they're very capable, then they could just run a paper check. So there's options here, and I guess finance knows what's best for their team to process it. Any further discussion?
we need a motion to approve that?
Yep, we do. Sorry
Make
about
that
that.
motion.
We have a motion by Eric. Second by Teresa. Discussion.
Discussion, I think everybody who's working for the organization deserves that chance to get that financial compensation on the off paychecks. I just think that they should get it. That's all I got.
Thanks, Eric.
I want to bring something up. Because Coley does this every year. Why not change the policy that speaks to this? And that way the finance can plan for this. Why not change the policy?
Good idea.
So that's just my thought. We should change the policy.
That's what I mentioned is, you know, just looking at the calendars in future. It doesn't happen all the time, I think every 4 years. Payday will fall. People enjoy Powell and, you know, we've got the visitors. And just being able to enjoy the food, stands, vendors and stuff, so. And maybe policy, so that we wouldn't have to come here every year.
Yeah.
So that looks good. I mean, that sounds good.
And then we're
to be
not
able to do
granting
that.
our payroll staff a vacation during the powwow.
Council, any further discussion? Objection? Motion carried 700. Do we have a motion to go in executive session?
Move it.
Motion by Eric, do we have a second? Second by Rona, discussion. Objection? Motion carried 700. We're going to executive session at 9:54 a.m.
Can we have a few
and
people
back in there for another 90 days if there is an opening available and they're not cutting anyone eligible off to put her in there.
Do we have a second?
I would second it if you included, as long as it don't jeopardize the next person in line.
Yes, I did. I just not put that in there.
I would support that.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. I'm gonna ask, well, Annabeth didn't make it back into the session yet, but I was gonna ask Annabeth to call on our behalf and see if she can find that out. We have draft minutes and we have something to show. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Objection? Motion carried 700. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion by Eric. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Coley. Discussion? Objection? Motion carried 700. We're adjourned at 10:30